Good morning from the dome. Just waking up right now. Ooh. I slept a little bit too amazing. Our breakfast is here. Wow. Inside the dome. And it was a little bit cold. It was a little bit cold in the night, but when the sun came out this morning, like it just starts heating up that place and it kind of wakes you up. You got up too, little guy? Breakfast is here. Ooh. Okay. Now we are officially in a this is Colombia. Now this is the Colombia that I can imagine. And I don't know where I'm going. I've never really been here before. But everyone seems friendly. I don't seem to get too many like mean looks or anything from people. I've been in some places where people have looked at me like, what are you doing here? And not too friendly looks, but here in Colombia, I haven't felt any of that. This is Colombia. I love exploring. I feel like I was built for it. Oh, it's a green bird. Hey, little guy. Whoa. Okay. Well, everything's looking a little bit abandoned. Trying to find like a little local place for like some coffee or something. I love surprising like the locals. Meaning I'm just walking around and the people are like, never seen someone look like me. Never probably ever met like an American. And all of a sudden, here I pop up. Like, what's up, village? So the good thing is that I have you here. And when I talk to you guys, I'm smiling. And when people see me smiling, it kind of makes, they put their guard down a little bit, to say the least. Buenos días. Aquí es la tienda, ¿sí? I don't want to scare people too much. I think, let's see, what can I get? Hola.
Buenas.
Buenas. The cookies, la galleta en la azul.
Chokis.
Sí, chokis. Y la bebida es frío, es fresca.
Todo está fresco, pero frío no.
¿Tienes coca sin azúcar? This might be the only place that's open here.
¿Para tomar acá?
Sí, para acá, por favor. Well, I can at least get a little Coca-Cola Zero for here. ¿Es más tiendas y cosas allá? ¿Qué?
A lo caso.
¿Cómo? ¿Allá? ¿Abajo?
15 minutos.
¿Caminar? Sí. Vale. Okay. Yo, acá. Gracias. So they say about 15 minutes from here is the next store. So the good thing is if you guys are staying here at the camping, you have a store, which kind of has, kind of has a lot. You won't go hungry, to say the least. And for me, I always feel like this is like a a local experience. I feel like it's a local experience, you know, a little small shop, no one's around, super quiet. Drinking Coke from a glass. It's something that I don't get to do every day. And I think that's how I maybe like classify like how cool something is. Like, do I get to do it every day? It kind of loses its cool in a sense. Does that make sense? Like if you live in Poland and you have pierogies all the time, never have a hamburger, and then you get to have hamburgers, and that's pretty cool because it's like I don't get to do it. But if you tell me that, I'm American, I have hamburgers all the time and had it as a kid, it's not that cool to me. But I think you have to define like your cool, what's cool for you, what's nice for you, what's chill for you. And especially for me when I'm traveling in places like this, being in places where I don't know anyone. Like I literally don't know anyone. I don't look like anyone. I do speak the same language, not as great. For me, that's when I'm just like, yeah, this is cool. This is exciting for me. Like I can find exciting in the like day to day, don't get me wrong. But places like this is just like, wow. I don't know the next time this is gonna happen. But then that makes me think, because if you looked at everything like that, you have a really cool life. Just a thought. But maybe 5-10 more minutes here. I think maybe we'll go for a little walk. Give them a nice little tip and then keep walking. And I realize older people and younger people give different looks to me all the time. I think because I'm a fairly attractive person, I feel like the younger people, they have a different greeting to me. And I realize when it's older people, they just have their own beliefs of what it's like. If you saw someone who you didn't know in your area, they always look at me like little eye contact. It's either or a lot of eye contact or it's none at all. Yeah. It's like everyone just wants to be left alone. And I totally respect that. It's okay. Muchas gracias. Gracias. Hasta luego. Y es más cosas allá. 15 minutos. Perfecto. Gracias. Okay, so there's 15 minutes this way and some more stuff. But looking around, it's almost like this is what is this? Wow. You see those yellow birds? I've never seen those before. Huh. It's almost like this is I don't know if it's a school. I think it's a hotel maybe. What I'm guessing, because this looks like a hotel as well. What I'm guessing is like during peak season, all these places are open. I don't know if it's full of people walking everywhere, but I feel like all these places are kind of open. There's pools. I saw a pool down that way, but it looked to be abandoned. They hadn't kept the pool up, but this one's kept up. So I'm guessing it's the weekends. That's what it must be. The weekends when everything opens. And one thing, if you ever find yourself in Colombia walking around, you have to understand that the Colombians have a very big respect that they have towards people. So one thing that you always hear them say is señor, señora, and it's a very respectful thing that they say here. Where a lot of countries in Spanish, they use the ustedes version. Here in Colombia, they are very much hola señor, hola señora, buenos días señor, buenos días señora. So if you ever find yourself on a back street or you find yourself in a place you don't recognize, that's what you want to say. You want to speak like the locals. That does like two things. Number one, that allows you to connect with them in their way. And number two, it allows them to realize that you're not just like some person that's just randomly walking around filming in their neighborhood or lost or whatever. it lets them realize like, oh, you actually have come a little bit accustomed to how we speak here. It'd be like being in America. And understanding in America, we say, hey, what's up, man? It's just the way we talk. It's the way we talk. Well, the one thing is, as I'm walking this way, I do hear voices. Looks like a little bit of a plantation over there. La primavera. I think that means spring, no? Or no, winter, fall? What does primavera mean? Prima's cousin, but I know that has nothing to do with that word. Wow. And I always think, especially for me when I'm in a place, and maybe you'll find yourself in a place where you stand out a lot as well. You gotta imagine you're an elephant walking through New York City. What's the best way you could walk to get the least amount of attention to yourself? That's usually how I'm thinking when I go through places like this. Like, I just gotta walk around like I live here. That's always been like the best way for me, at least as I've in my travel experiences. Not walk around like I'm here all the time, but kind of walk around like I walk down the street all the time, and I think that's important. And then buenos dias. And then one of the things also when walking around is to understand that even if you don't speak the language in a place, oh, these rocks are slippery. Even if you don't speak the language of a place, before we know any kind of language, before we ever speak, even in a place where we do speak the language of the people, before we even, meaning if you're in Germany and while you walk around, if you are German, even before you speak the language, people are going to be judging your body language. And I can't stress enough how important it is to keep that in your mind. Body language matters a lot. I hear voices. So I'm looking for like a store, a place where I can get like a tinto or something. Tinto is the coffee that they have here. And I really prefer not to be mauled to death by dogs. Bunch of chihuahuas there. Well, that's not the nicest greeting I've ever had. You guys should be more friendly. That little dogs get stepped on. Not the warmest welcome I've had, but all right. Well, that lady said 15 minutes. We've been walking for a good 10 minutes. Got to be something up here. Well, it's been about 7 or 8 more minutes. I hear music, which hopefully means that there's people up here working, which hopefully means, because workers in Colombia need coffee, so that hopefully means that a little store will be up here. We've been walking for a while. All right. Huh. Bibliothèque publique. This literally means the public library. Should we go in there? Well, it says public library, so I've never been in a Colombian public library before. But it does say public, so hopefully I'm not trespassing. And what are the chances that they'll have books in English? There's a school down there. Huh. Because one thing I'm not seeing is like young people. Have you ever been in a Colombian library before? Well, let's see. Hola, buenos días. Muy bien, ¿y tú? ¿Es una biblioteca? Muy bien. Sí. Oh. ¿Y este es el nombre de la ciudad?
Esas son fotos de la cabecera municipal del municipio de Zipaquirá. Cuando era fotos antiguas.
Ah, ¿de acá?
De arriba, de la parte de arriba.
Ah. Ah. Muy bien. ¿Y tienes libros en inglés?
Dos.
Sí.
Solo hay dos nomás.
Solo 2 libros.
Es que la biblioteca tiene un año.
Ah, ok. Pero muy bien.
Estamos empezando hasta ahora.
Ah. Porque es muy bien libros para lo pequeño.
Para generar todo.
Sí, en Latinoamérica no muchos libros.
¿No?
No.
Es muy poco, la verdad.
Sí, wow. Pero muy bien. ¿Es abierta todos los días acá?
De lunes a viernes.
Ah, ok. ¿Y qué hora cerramos hoy?
De hoy a las 5.
Ah, ok. Perfecto. Muchas gracias, ¿eh? Hasta luego. What do you know? They had books. And 2 books he said that they had in English. Wow. You never know what you discover. And he said the library's new. Only been around for 1 year. Which I think is so important. Because one of the things that I see is missing in Latin America is reading. And you know, I'm a big buyer of books. I buy about 3 books a week. And before I was reading about 1 a week, and lately I've been reading about 2 or 3 a month, and then listening to maybe 3 or 4 a month audiobooks. I actually use Scribed. You pay $8.99 or $11.99 a month, and you can get unlimited audiobooks. This is not they don't sponsor me or anything. But I think it's so important. Like, I talk about travel, I talk about meeting people, but I can't help but think how important it is to just, it's not about the travel. Like, you guys have to understand, it's not about here that I'm in Colombia in the back streets. It's not this that changes my mind. It's what I see, who I talk to, what I hear. It's the thoughts like that that change your mind. So a book transforms your mind like that because you're getting to hear the way someone else thinks or what someone else thinks about something. And I think that that's something that's missing, especially in the small towns, little pequeños pueblitos in Colombia and Mexico, is that we stay thinking just like the people that we're around all the time. And if we think like the people that we're around all the time, what does that mean about where we're gonna end up? You know? So I'm a big fan. That's amazing. That's probably the coolest thing. That is the coolest thing I've seen in Colombia, is a little library in the middle of nowhere, a brand new one, and it's nice and clean in there. I could sit in there for about an hour and read. Muy bien, Colombia. Looks like a school. I think it's a school. Just kind of in the middle of nowhere also. Hey, perdón, ¿es un tienda acá?
Sí, sí, señor.
¿Cuántos tiempos más?
¿Qué te digo? Por ahí unos 5 minutos después de la curva.
Abajo, izquierda.
Sí, por la carretera.
Okay, gracias. Okay, so we're almost at the school. A little bit more than 15 minutes walk, like the lady said to us. But Las tiendas acá, ¿sí? Un tienda. Sí.
Pues aquí hay una tienda aquí, pero no sé si estará la de Torá.
Ah, ok. Por ejemplo, para un tinto. Ah, acá también. Es un.
Este es un restaurante, sí.
Ah, perfecto. Como para un tinto y las cosas así. ¿Está acá?
¿Tinto?
¿Tinto?
Pues no sé si de cuánto tiempo.
Ah.
Me gustaría que hablara con la señora.
O si no, yo caminar allá y después yo regreso aquí.
¿Sí?
Sí, gracias. Hola, buenos días. So we're about to just walk down the street a little bit. So yo pienso yo regreso. ¿Tienes tinto?
No.
No, tinto, es Colombia.
Sí, pero no, chico, no.
En este parte de Colombia no tinto.
No, aquí a la vuelta sí.
Ah, acá.
En una panadería.
Ah, ok. Perfecto. All right, gracias, Wow, so one place without tinto. Okay. Yo, this. Gracias, señora. Wow, this is really cool. And for me, oh, look at the little dog. Hey, little guy. For me, it's stuff like this. This is what I live for. Wow, look at the little school down there. Watch out, little guy. And for me, this is kind of what I live for. This is what I love. Like, I really love it. I love being in places where I don't know nothing, everything looks new, and just feeling like a local. I think we almost arrived at the end of this journey, this adventure. Because I believe the Tinto, the place where we can get the coffee, should be just around this corner. If what everyone says is true. What's up, man? Come on. You want to come with me? Hola. You want to come with me, huh? You're going to lead me the way. So we got a new friend. I'm going to call you Bruno. Come on, Bruno. Are you going to lead me to the Tinto place? I hear a river. I hear the river. Wow. So it should be down this way. Not too much further. The good thing about you coming with me is we've been walking downhill this whole time. Which means I'm gonna have to walk back up that whole hill by myself while you guys all get to just chill out and relax. Oh, okay, here's another ecotourism place. Bruno, where you going, man? Well, I think we've lost our tour guide. I think that's an ecotourism place down there. I'm not gonna walk down there though. That looks like a place that's full of dogs everywhere in the street. I'm a man of adventure, but I gotta be chill sometimes. Now, they said the Tinto place should be here. I'm not seeing it. Looks like a lot of places closed over here. Ah, I see a place. Hola, amigo. So, it's been an adventure, but it looks like we've come to a place where there's stores, which is a big plus. Kind of, there's dogs around. So I feel like we've made it. If there was a place where we had to make it, a place where we can find a Tinto, look at that. Hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás? Ah, Bruno made it back. Hey, man. Hola. Buenos días, señor. I just want to walk through this whole little area just to see what all they have. Bruno has led us to the promised land. Bruno has led us to the promised land, but I feel like the Tinto place that we want to look for, it might be further up this way. Is that right, Bruno? Hola. So I think we might have to get a Tinto at the little restaurant across. We'll try both of them. We'll go to this place over here. This feels like the Tinto here. And I feel like we're like in the middle of the town. This is like the whole area of the town. Hola. ¿Y es Tinto acá? Tinto. Acá? Ah. So I think we found it. Buenos días. Hola, buenos días, señor. ¿Tienes tinto? Ah, perfecto. Un tinto, por favor. Yo caminar para 15 minutos solo para la tinto de acá. Muchas gracias. So finally we've got the Tinto. Bruno, you have led us to the promised land. So with the help of Bruno, you've led us to the promised land, man. Ah. Buen día,
¿Qué tal?
So it looks like Bruno has led us to the promised land. Ah, muchas gracias. Y una Tinto. That concludes and in a sense, I feel like that concludes a adventure looking for a Tinto outside of Bogota, because if you guys don't know, Tinto is the drink you have to have when you're in Colombia. And I'm glad we found it. Not a coffee, none of that. It has to be a Tinto. And now that we found that, Bruno's here at my side. I'm probably gonna get him something. I don't know what he likes to eat. Maybe an empanada or something. But that concludes the adventure with a Tinto for me and a Tinto for you. Ah, super rico. Really, really good. And with that being said, thank you for being here and joining me. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next adventure with me, possibly Bruno, in spirit Bruno. And I'll see you guys next time.